Music Access. Just last month, all flights going into or coming out of Jeju Island were cancelled or delayed due to the heaviest snowfall that visited Korea in 32 years. Out of the people who were waiting for their flight, there was a couple who had an extra special story. It was the story of a couple who were supposed to get married in Jeju in just a few hours. They were left stranded at the airport with the news that their flight had been cancelled 4 hours before their wedding, but they decided to go ahead with their wedding anyways at Gate 4 of the airport. Their wedding photos spread quickly through SNS, and many people, even strangers who didn't know the couple's face, congratulated them. The reason why the couple was able to have an even more memorable and special wedding was like a present brought to them by our life, which is never predictable, don't you think? We're often faced with disappointing moments in life, but like this couple, life can also bring us unexpected, pleasant surprises that can make up for those disappointing moments, right? The first song you heard today, Saturday, February 13th, 2016, was Lucky Strike by Maroon 5. So, what's up, guys? I have about 2 more days left that I can spend with you, my MA fam. I'm gonna enjoy every last minute with you guys, so I hope you enjoy every last minute with me, too. For those of you who are just tuning in, because I know that some of our listeners can only turn up and tune in on certain days. So I made this announcement this past Wednesday. Unfortunately, tomorrow will be my last day as the Music Access DJ because B.I.G has to promote in Japan for an extended period of time. And it's a little bit difficult for me to go there and come back to do the show. And so, unfortunately, Sunday, tomorrow is my last day. But, like I said, I want to say thank you to everyone. I'll keep saying this, until, But thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Thank you so much for the supporting messages that I've been getting both on SNS and on our message board. I made a lot of unforgettable memories here as a DJ on Music Access, and hopefully, remember, continue to support the show and show mad love for our new DJ as well, who will start showing up on Monday. Alright, so now here's how you can listen and participate on the radio. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone and also send us messages through the app using the comment function. And you can also listen to us by visiting our website, www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess, and leave your messages there on our message board. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeon. And of course, y'all have been sending in great song requests, so keep them coming by posting up a message on our message board under the title Request. Now we'll check out 2 songs before we come back with my text and message, starting with the song Work by Rihanna featuring Drake, followed with One Call Away by Charlie Puth. Reading your messages again and again, reading through the messages I sent again and again. The messages I wait for, the messages that make me laugh, the messages that are precious to me. My text message. Which messages were the ones that were the most memorable to you from the week gone by? The messages that you keep are the words from the person you want to keep close. And if you remember the messages that you sent, you probably spent a lot of time thinking about it before sending it. Our special Corner in Corner for Saturdays, my text message, is all about sharing the SNS or text message that was the most memorable to you from the week gone by. It could have been a message that made you really happy or angry, or something that made you laugh, or a message that made you frustrated. Let us know which message was the most memorable, and also share with us some of the messages you keep saved in your mobile device and why. To participate for this corner, just write my text on your message. Now let's go to our first text message, which comes from Unita Swinyo from Indonesia, saying, Happy Saturday, Benji. So I received a text message from my dad saying, hooray, praise the Lord. Now dad isn't sick with diabetes anymore. Proved by eating 3 days without consuming medicine, just 163 and 2 hours after eating rice. But if eating oatmeal and drinking the diabetic milk, the result is 115. So I think the numbers have to do with the sugar level. I think I could be totally wrong though. What will make a kid happier than knowing that their parents are healthy and happy? So when I read the text, I was super happy. Well, it's not normal yet, but the result is better than before. Mom, Dad, please stay healthy. I hope for the rest of our life. I can always make you two happy and proud of me. P.S. The milk is a nutritional milk-based drink specially formulated for people with diabetes. Thank you for explaining that. I was a little bit curious and I was about to look that up, but nope, you saved me the trouble. But yeah, of course, I think who doesn't like that? Having their parents message them and be like, I'm happy, I'm good, we're all just chilling. I think that's, we always talk about what can we do to make our parents happy. And then, when we're little, we're very materialistic. I wish my parents would give me that new game. I wish my parents would give me that new device, that new TV show on that one streaming site, this new hoverboard or whatever the new trend is. But in the end, when you grow up, you realize all of that becomes just materials. And it's not nearly as important as your parents' health. Because, there's a program that's going on in Korea. I think it's out. I could be wrong because I haven't actually watched TV. But I saw clips of it on SNS where they take someone and they make them older. So, for example, who was on this? I think I saw it on Jessie's SNS where she meets her mom who's older. And it's just weird to imagine it like that because, even at my age, my dad still feels like the same dad that he was when I was 5. And, he's been through a lot. My parents have both been through a lot, but they're still they still look so young to me and feel that way. But then if you think about just suddenly aging them 20 years into the future and putting that into perspective, it's a totally different story that could really kind of hold a different meaning. So, guys, respect your parents, love your parents, show them mad love, tell them to eat their vitamins, tell them to eat a healthy diet, and always look out for them because, you got to enjoy time with them as much as possible. All right, so we're going to check out 2 more songs as we continue on. Samantha of Australia wants to hear A Sky Full of Stars by Coldplay, and Ryoko of Japan wants to hear Last Friday Night by Katy Perry. We just heard the songs A Sky Full of Stars by Coldplay, followed by Last Friday Night by Katy Perry. What were you doing last Friday night? Me? I was just, doing the same old. The no pants dance. Sorry, that's from a movie. Sorry, it's a joke. I always wear pants, even when I sleep. All right, so our next text message comes from Yukari from Brazil. That was such a weird thing to say. Sorry, guys, I take that back fully. Saying, hi, DJ Benji, it's Yukari from Brazil. I received a message that made me feel bad. So my friend asked me if I wanted to go watch a movie with him. I really love hanging out with friends, so of course I accepted. But then he said that I had to think about it again because he was actually inviting me for a date. And I thought it was a joke, but he was talking seriously. I was sad because I don't see him the same way, and I feel bad because he doesn't answer me anymore. It's kind of sad. Thanks for reading my message. Lots of love. Well, that's perfectly understandable from the guy's point of view. I mean, he's obviously, he went out on a limb and, I don't really know what words you said to, tell him that you're not interested, but, he felt a little bit bashful. Maybe he feels a little bit awkward. But really, one thing that I really think is a thing is if someone asks you out on a date, regardless of, how much you do or don't like this type of person, if it's you could be yeah, why not? Then I think you should go on a date. If it's really, no, this person is definitely not my type, it's going to be an awkward date, then you don't go with it. But then when you get to a certain age, it's why not, try anything once. And it's not quite the YOLO expression, but, giving people a chance. But, we've already, the situation's already over. And, hopefully you do, I'm assuming that you want to be friends with him. And if you do want to be friends with him, then, maybe give it a shot, hit him up, Like, hey, so I'm hanging out with some friends. You want to come out? But then again, guys will also get the wrong idea sometimes about, if this girl that rejected me is now asking me out, is this a pity date or does she like me now or something like that? So maybe give it a little bit of time. If you still want to be friends with them, give them a little bit of time. And at a certain point, you guys should be comfortable again, assuming you were good friends before. And if not, then, and you just don't really care, and he's just kind of one of those dudes that was chilling with, then, you could leave it at that. Whatever makes you comfortable. The situation's already over. The hard part's already over. Now it's just up to you to, deal with it in whatever way you want. Okay? Sounds good. Now we're going to check out 2 more songs as we continue on. Lee Eun-woo of Korea wants to hear Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars. And Corinne of France wants to hear Cry by Mandy Moore. We just heard the songs Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars, followed by Last Friday Night by Katy Perry. Now it's time for our next text message, which comes from Darcy Ann from the USA, saying, 친애하는 Benji, dear Benji, bon samedi, happy Saturday in French. So I received a message from my friend Jin with an apology for being busy in his life and not able to come into our SNS very much. I sent him a return message saying it's perfectly fine. I do understand you're busy. If I post something to you in your inbox, you can answer me when you have time, and it's all good. I miss the times we had when you were still in school because we had more time to talk. Take care, Benji. Yeah, that happens a lot. And especially, to put that into perspective, when I was a young warthog, sorry, Lion King reference, when you drift away from people, we're lucky enough to be in a very advanced technological situation where we can keep up with anyone from anywhere at any time. Do you guys know how crazy that is? When I was born, that didn't exist. When I was born, you wanted to hit someone up, you call them. You wanted to hit someone up in Korea, you got to have an international phone call. And then cell phones came out, and, we're dealing with all this cell phone stuff. And then I hear about this thing called or and then all these social profiles pop up, and at the time I didn't really have one because I didn't want to leave any kind of bad history online, because you guys know, and keep this in mind no matter what you do, anything goes up in digital world, it's probably there for good, because that stuff just never really disappears. But after that came around, I had friends who were in Europe, friends in Asia. And all I had to do was message them, and I'd be able to keep in touch with them. Now we're at this point where even on my cell phone, I can call up my friend in France on an app, and we can have a conversation. And it's just like that. It's super easy. So this is what I have to say to you, Darcy Ann. I do understand it is hard to keep up with people and stuff, and especially when people are busy. It's hard for them to respond. But maybe if you really want to have a good chat with them, be like, dude, when you have a day off, let's chat. Let's set up a day where we can just, have a video chat and just talk about what's going on at a coffee shop, even if it's just for 30 minutes. And that should really, really settle in for a good conversation. Trust me, I've done that before. All right, so we're going to check out 2 more songs as we continue on. And we're going to listen to the song, starting with the song Haruka of Japan wants to hear Dumb and Dumber by I.K.O.N. And Harshika of Sri Lanka wants to hear No Katun by Dalshabay. Just heard the songs Dumb and Dumber by I.K.O.N, followed by No Gatun by Dalshabay. And it's time to continue on with the great music here on our Saturday show, starting with the song Callie of France wants to hear 위험해 So Dangerous by Uptension. And Hannah Peg of Korea wants to hear 좋은 걸 어떻게 by Black Pearl. And it's the end of our first hour. After a quick break, we're going to go into our second hour introducing messages sent to us by you, our listeners. So make sure to stay tuned. We're going to listen to the song Yukari of Brazil wants to hear Hi by Lighthouse Family, and be right back. You're listening to Music Access with me, Benji of B.I.G. Our first song starting off the second hour of our show for Saturday, February 13th was Confident by Demi Lovato. So, like I did mention in our second hour, we still got about a little over 1.5 days left because we got an hour here and 2 hours tomorrow. So let's enjoy the time we have. Any more messages or anything that y'all got? Remember to also welcome our new man or woman, whoever he or she may be. Although I might have said it, but I forget what I do. So, memories, and I gotta improve that. Anywho, continuing on with our program, here's how you can listen and participate. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone, and also send us messages through the app using the comment function. And you can also listen to us by visiting our website, www.arirangradio.com/music access, and leave your messages there on our message board. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. Now we're going to check out two songs before we come back with more messages, starting with the song Be Right There by Diplo and Sleepy Tom, followed with Worry by Jack Garrett. We just heard the songs Be Right There by Diplo and Sleepy Tom, followed by Worry by Jack Garrett, and I'm Benji of B.I.G, the host from Music Access, and you're listening to our Saturday Corner, my text and message, where we're on the message part of our corner. Remember, guys, if you wanted to introduce a message for my text, go ahead and send us a message about the text or SNS messages you received or sent that are memorable to you from any time, and send those up on our message board under the title, My Text. Now, continuing on from the first hour, introducing your messages sent in to us here at Music Access, and checking out your song requests as well. Our first message for our second hour comes from Twati Furiel from Algeria, saying, Twati Furiel. So I see that it was holiday period in Korea, but that's not the case in Algeria. For me, this was the week of exams, and since the weekend is on Friday and Saturday in Algeria, what? I spent it without rest, only preparing for my exams, and especially math. I actually woke up at 4 a.m. to revise some lessons, and now Arirang came to mind, so I just wanted to say, wish me luck. What? So, wait, Algeria has school on Sunday, but you get Friday and Saturday off? That, my friend, is very, very trippy. That sounds really, really trippy. And I'm actually going to read this in tandem with our next message. Jenny from the USA saying, Benji, happy Saturday. It's finally the weekend. I can always look forward to the weekend because it means catching up on sleep and just relaxing without having to worry about work. Also, I get to leave early from work on Friday, so the weekend starts earlier than midnight, which is nice. It also means I can listen to Music Access at my apartment instead of at work. At my apartment. I hope your day is going well. So we have two very contrasting kind of messages-ish, but they're both, they're both working hard, both want to relax a little bit. But one thing I do have to say is that's really, really interesting because in the States, if you get Saturday and Sunday off, that's what happens. It's like school. You go through school from Monday to Friday, and then you get Saturday off. And Saturday's the day when people usually play really hard, and Sunday's the day when everyone just stays in bed usually. Although in Algeria, the way I understand it, as I interpret the message that Toati sent, you go to school, or you go to work, from Sunday to Thursday, and get Friday and Saturday off, which also makes sense if you think about it at a certain extent, because on a lot of calendars, Sunday is the first day of the week. And so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then you get Friday, Saturday off, which could also be a possibility. Although I just have to say it's a concept that's kind of throwing me off. And of course, also for our friend Jenny as well. Hopefully you enjoy your time off on the weekend. Spend it wisely. Remember, guys, your body can only take so much. So whatever you do, do it in moderation, do it responsibly, and always prepare for recovery. Because in the end, the weekend is for us to play, and it is also for us to charge up for the next work week. So to everyone who is working, or to everyone who is busy on the weekend, studying or working for the next week ahead, I wish you the best of luck. Hopefully you will have a break in the next week coming at some point. And for those of you who are resting this weekend, rest up, charge up, have fun. But then again, remember, you do have to go back to work. So, do it as much as you can while accepting limits. Remember, don't push the limit too much, because that's how you get sick. All right, we're going to check out two more songs as we continue on. Shreya of Bangladesh wants to hear Baby, Baby by Winner. And Anjanette Sadie of the Philippines wants to hear Haruman by 방탄소년단. Nope. And I've done that joke every time this song comes out on the air. We just heard the song Baby Baby by Winner, followed by Haruman by 방탄소년단 or BTS. And in the end, we've played the song a few times on the radio since I've been a DJ. And every time the song ends and RM goes, "Can you please stay with me?" Then I'm like, nope. And I've done this every time. If you look up the past broadcasts where the song comes out, I've probably done that. Or I probably said something really stupid. Anyways, our next message comes from Kimberly from the USA saying, "Hey Benji, hope you're having a good weekend so far. So B.I.G is going to stay in Japan for 2 months for promotion? Just wondering. It must be really hard for you guys, but I wish you all the best of luck in Japan." So, like I previously mentioned in our first hour, touched on in the beginning of our second hour, B.I.G is going to Japan in February at some point. And so we're preparing for that. We're also having an official Japanese debut, according to what I know, in March at some point. So we're having performances in Japan, then we're having that thing, then probably promotions for that. I don't really know how that's going to work out officially. But, yeah, we're going to be there for about 2 months, which made it difficult, to become a DJ, which is why I had to, unfortunately, step down. But, as long as we're in Japan, hopefully I'll be able to improve my English. I was talking with Alex of a High 4 earlier this week. I was messaging, I was talking to him about how, in Japan, because, High 4 has been to Japan and they've been back and forth, and they kind of know a little bit, I guess, more about Japan than I would in terms of promoting there. And so he said, practice your Japanese and all that stuff. And, I think that's really, really important. Because if you go to a country and you don't speak the language, or you don't have any kind of basis about the language, you can't understand anything. It's like watching a movie in a language you don't understand with no subtitles. You'll get the basic gist of things probably, but then in actual conversation, you're not going to get anything. And it's not an action movie. It's like a documentary style movie. So hopefully when we do go to Japan, we have a good time. And when we come back, we'll be able to greet you guys again, either on Arirang Radio or whatever, simply K-pop, whatever the case may be. And we'll have an awesome time. So even though I'll be gone just for a little bit, remember, I'm not disappearing. So we'll make some more memories when I come back. Or maybe in Japan, for those of you who are in Japan. Okay, now we're going to check out 2 more songs as we continue on. Unita of Indonesia wants to hear 느낌이 좋아 by Halo. And Katie of the USA wants to hear Knock Knock by N Flying. We just heard the songs 느낌이 좋아 by Halo, followed by Knock Knock by N Flying. And it's time for our next message. I actually have a celebratory message. So we have Berwan Sky from Turkey, who was very famous for writing, Dear Benji, Happy Thursday, the end. And so we told her, actually, we made an effort to reach out to her. And we're like, yo, so, I love getting your messages. I love the fact that you're sending me all this stuff. But, what about sending something a little bit longer? And then she kept sending short messages. And then the announcement came out on this past Wednesday. I'm sorry. It's not that I'm laughing at her, but it's a very funny situation because it all correlates to our Music Access family. And it's like making fun of a sister a little bit. But anyways, after the news came out, she sent in a message, and it's long. Well, I mean, long for her, for Berwan's. The amount she normally sends it. I'll read it. So usually she sends, Dear Benji, have a nice day, or like Happy Thursday. And on this one, she said, oh. She started with, oh. Oh, DJ Benji. I'll miss you so much. I will support you and B.I.G until forever. I love you and B.I.G. Waiting for your new song more and more. 사랑해, Benji. I love B.I.G. Wishing you more success in your life. Benji and B.I.G. Whiting. Yo, you killed it, yo. Alright, so first of all, this is a really, really great message. Thank you for showing so much mad love and support for both me and B.I.G. And I promise that when we come back, and we come out with our new single, our new mini album, I think is how we've been talking about it. You'll definitely be able to hear some awesome things, see some awesome imagery. Hopefully our concept is super, super sexy. And To Barawan, you always had some of the most interesting messages because they were so short, and yet they were so consistently short. And then now that I got this long one, I feel like the circle has like come to a complete round somehow. We talk to our listeners, and I always say this every time on Music Access. The way I communicate with all of you is not to do with, me on the radio, but via your messages, what you send in to me, what I read out on the radio. And even if I don't get to every message, I still read almost all of them. And, I always thank you guys for sending your messages. And to Barawan especially, thank you for finally sending a long message. I don't know if this was a message that you might have needed a little bit of a translator to help out, an online translator, if you know what I mean. But whatever the case may be, thank you for making an awesome effort. It was super special. Awesome. All right, so we're going to check out two more songs as we continue on. Victoria of Brazil wants to hear Telini by Lucky J. And Daphne of the USA wants to hear Momchojin by Twelson featuring Kate. So we just heard the songs Telini by Lucky J followed by Momchojin by Twelson featuring Kate. And it's time for our next message. Our next message comes from Toki of Japan saying, Benji, how are you? This is my first message. Yeah! Good timing. So last month when you came to Japan, I saw a B.I.G performance at Lucas's Live and I was super excited. And when I was listening to Music Access, I was so happy that I was able to take a photo with you. And I was surprised you can speak Japanese well. And so you'll be coming to Japan again soon. I'm glad. I can't wait. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to get that great Japanese grub. If I get a day off, go shopping. That's going to be pretty awesome. Although I will probably have to save money. Thank God I got money from doing the New Year's bowing. The sebeton is what they call it. Yeah. Thank you, grandma, aunts, uncles. I love you so much. And with that said, we got to check out two more songs. We're going to start with Want to Want Me by Jason Derulo, followed with Hands to Myself by Selena Gomez. We just did the songs Want to Want Me by Jason Derulo, followed by Hands to Myself by Selena Gomez. Sorry. And of course, guys, this does bring our Saturday show for a close. Remember, if you want to participate for this corner on my text, write my text on your title and tell us about the message that you sent or received that was memorable, that via text or SNS. And if you want to write for my message for our weekend corner, write my message on your title before sending that in. So this does bring us to a close for our second to last show. Don't worry, we have one day left. So make sure to tune in for that. Our last song for today is Let It Go by James Bay. This is Benji of B.I.G. And as always, for possibly the last time, I'll be back.